Next chapter, reconstitution of a partnership firm. In that, admission of a partner. So you all know that what is partnership. So in the last chapter also discussed what is partnership, and last year in business studies also discussed what is partnership business. So partnership is an agreement between two or more persons for sharing the profits of a business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. So partnership means it is an agreement. It may be oral or written, but written agreement are always safe. Okay, written agreements are always safe because if any conflicts arises means at that time easily that can be settled. If oral means it is very difficult because court they are not accepting the oral agreement, whereas written agreement they will accept that and the proper justice they will give. That's why written agreements are always safe. That is what we discussed in the last chapter. Partnership deed. Partnership deed is a written agreement. In that written agreement all the terms and conditions related to partnership business are discussed. That's why partnership is an agreement between two or more persons. Definitely minimum two persons are required to form a partnership business. Two or more persons sharing the profits of a business, sharing the profits of a business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. Carried on by all or any of them are acting for all. Carried on by all means all are contributing the capital as well as all are participating, actively participating in the management of a business. Whereas any one of them acting for all means all are contributing the capital, but only any as per the agreement any one of them are actively participating and managing the business. Uh, in some of the business all are the active partners, whereas in some of the business some of them are only contributing the capital and they are doing their own business or they are busy in their own activities. They are not participating in the management of a partnership business. That's constitution of a firms. Reconstitution of a firms means bringing changes in the partnership agreement because of some reasons, maybe admission of a new partner, or they want to change their profit sharing ratios, or any one of the partner retires from the business, or any of the partner's death makes partnership business to reconstitute their agreement. I told that partnership deed, in that they are bringing the changes, and also some necessary adjustments are done to the concerned accounts. Revaluation account, maybe they are opened revaluation account, and also some adjustments are made to the partner's capital account. Later you will come to know that what are all the adjustments are done at the time of a reconstitution of a firm. So in simple, because of these reasons, admission, changes in a profit sharing ratio, retirement of existing partner, or because of a death of a partner, at that time, the necessary changes are to be done to the agreement of a partnership business, and also some of the adjustments are made in the books of accounts. That is what called reconstitution of a firm. ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟನ್ನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ರೇಷಿಯೋವನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅನಿಸಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆರ್ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಡೆತ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಚೇಂಜಸನ್ನು ಅವರು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಡೀಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ತರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಚೇಂಜಸನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನು ರೀಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಏನು ತರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಫರ್ಮ್. Next discussion, admission of a new partner. In this chapter we are discussing the admission of a new partner. While the new partner is admitted, at that time, what are all the changes comes in a partnership agreement, which are all the necessary adjustments are done to the books of account. Regarding that, we are studying in this chapter. Okay. Next one, reasons for admitting a new partner. Why the old partners they are admitting a new partner? ಯಾಕೆ admit ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Because of these reason. First one, to get additional capital. So definitely every business they want to expand their business. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಅವರ business ಅನ್ನು expand ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. And all the time going for a bank loans is not a proper management or proper idea. And also from bank loan they can get only a small capital, a small amount can be generated from a bank loan, whereas from a admission of a new partner huge capital can be collected, and also there is no burden of paying interest. That is one advantages when the new partner is admitted. That's why to get a huge amount of money, to get additional capital, extra additional capital, new partner is admitted for a partnership firm. Next one, to get additional managerial ability. Definitely when more people are there in a management and they are doing the discussions and after they are taking a decision, means definitely the mistakes can be avoided, and also that decision will be always sound decision and a good decision. That's why in order to improve the managerial ability, new partner is admitted. The next discussion, rights acquired by a new partner. So which are all the rights acquired by a new partner after the admission of new partner? The first one is he'll get the rights of to share the assets of the partnership firm. So he will get the shares in the assets of a partnership firm, and the share may be, the ratio may be, it depends upon their agreement. Okay, the share or the share of assets, that may be, it depends upon the agreement while admission of a partner. The next one, right to share the profit of partnership. Definitely the new partner he'll get a right to share the profit in the partnership firm, and the share of profit, it depends upon the agreement which what is the share that is decided in the partnership deed or a written agreement. According to that he'll get the share on profit. And the next one, third one, right to take decision in the partnership firm. The partners will get the decision taking power in the partnership business. The next one, next discussion, adjustments in the books of the firm at the time of admission of a new partner. So which are all the adjustments made, which are all the records are made in the books of account at the time of a admission of a new partner? The first one, revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. So at the time of admission of a partner, all the assets are revalued. Revalued means if assets value is increased, means that increased value should be considered in revaluation account. If the value is decreased, means that value should be considered in revaluation account. If the liability increased, means that value should be considered in a revaluation account. If the value is decreased, means at that time that information should be considered in a revaluation account. The revaluation account opened at the time of a admission of a new partner, and the any increase or decrease in the value of assets and liabilities are recorded in a revaluation account, so that the correct value of assets can be recorded in a balance sheet after the admission of a new partner, if any changes that happen in the value of assets and liabilities. ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಅಕೌಂಟನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್, ಆ ನ್ಯೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರನ್ನು ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ ಅಸೆಟ್ನದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿಯದ್ದು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸನ್ನು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದೇ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, distribution of accumulated profits or reserve. Accumulated profit means any reserves from maintained from the profit and loss. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ರಿಸರ್ವನ್ನು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು 20,000 30,000, ಅದು ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ರಿಸರ್ವನ್ನು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಇಯರಿಂದ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಒಂದು 10,000 ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟಿಂದ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಅದು 50,000 ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಫಂಡ್. ದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್, a portion of a profit kept as a reserve. Or last year's profit and loss, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್. ಅಂಥ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಸಚ್ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ such accumulated profits are distributed to the old partners, because ಅದು ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ that accumulated profits are distributed to old partners at the time of admission of a new partner. Next one, capital contribution by a new partner. Definitely, when a new partner is admitted, he will bring a capital. ಅವನು additional capital ಅನ್ನು ತರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂತ additional capital ಅನ್ನು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೆ. That is properly recorded in a books of account. Next one, valuation and adjustment of a goodwill. Definitely, while the new person is admitted, new partner is admitted, at that time, sometime he will bring a goodwill. Goodwill anta helidre, it is a good name of a business. Okay, so already established iruvanta business ge ಒಂದು well established market irutte, well established market will be there. For that reason, for that good name, the new partner, he will bring some additional money. For example, capital contributed by a new partner is 50,000 and he brings rupees 20,000 as a goodwill. That goodwill is distributed to old partners. Okay, adanna old partners ge distribute ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. While discussing the problems, you will come to know that what is goodwill and how the goodwill treated in the books of account. But actually goodwill anta helidre, it is a good name of a asset that is valued. Sometime it is valued, raised in a business. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ತರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ he'll bring some additional money as a goodwill. That money is distributed between partners or among partners. Next one, adjustment of partners' capitals. So at the time of admission of a new partner, some of the necessary adjustments are done to the partner's capital. So these are the informations related to the adjustments in the books of a firm at the time of admission of a new partner. Next one, a small discussion, small information, not a discussion, information. A new partner can be admitted only when the existing partners unanimously agreed for it. ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಅಗ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಬ್ಬ ನ್ಯೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರನ್ನು ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಫ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಅಗ್ರೀಸ್, ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್. And next one, small discussions related to ratios. So you all heard profit sharing rate ratio. The reconstitutions are done when the partners, they want to bring changes in their profit sharing ratio. That means, what is that profit sharing ratio? See here, I'll discuss using with the help of a small problem. A and B are partners sharing profit in the ratio of 1:2. 1:2 ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು share, profit sharing ratio. So A's share 1/3, B's share 2/3. Means ಈ 3 ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು? 2 + 1, this one, 2 + 1 is a 3. Okay, that means out of 3 rupees profit, 1 rupees for A and 2 rupees for B. That is what 1:2 ratio. ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ₹1 ಅದು ಎಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ₹2 ಅದು ಬಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಶೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, 1:2 ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, for example, profit for the year is ₹30,000. At that time, how the profit is distributed using this ratio 1:2. So A's share 30,000 into 1/3. So A's share of profit 10,000. B's share 30,000 into 2/3. So B's share of profit 20,000. A's share 10,000. B's share 20,000 as per the profit sharing ratio of 1:2. 1:2. That is how the profit sharing ratios are used to distribute the total profit of a business. Okay, this is one small discussions related to profit sharing ratios. So next one, new profit sharing ratio. From here onwards, practical problems will begin. So from next class onwards, I'll start this new profit sharing ratio practical problems.